Good day, Las Vegas, and welcome back to Vegas Vibes, giving you a peek at what's groovin' and brewin' in the music, pageantry, live production, and fascinating scenes in the city that never sleeps. And I'm your host, Esmeralda Padilla-Gould. We're back in the Vegas Vibes studio to give way to special announcements and to interview another person who's in the metaphysical world. Her name is Janet Handley, and she is a Reiki Master. What is a Reiki Master? Watch the interview so you can find out about it yourself, plus the interesting things she does. Now, there's something brewing in the arts district of downtown Las Vegas. A $20 million off-Broadway theater is now in the works. We'll uncover that when Vegas Vibes returns, so don't go away. Thanks for staying with me. I would like to thank the hundreds of thousands of avid monthly viewers of Vegas Vibes on Vegas Live TV, ACTV, WCE-TV, and BidgeNetworks.tv, especially those watching in my favorite devices including Roku, Kodi, and Amazon Fire TV, and of course in my very own website, VegasVibes.us. Please continue to support my show and tell your friends to like Vegas Vibes on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Whenever Darren Lee Cole visits his mother and sister in Las Vegas, he would invariably end up talking about a hole he'd noticed in the city's theater scene. After several years of talking about it, he's ready to do more than talk. Cole is the artistic director of New York's Soho Playhouse, and he has plans for 4 new theater spaces, a project estimated at $20 million. That would bridge the gap between Las Vegas's existing theater companies and the touring productions that set up shop in the Smith Center for the Performing Arts. Most of what excites him about live theater falls into that middle ground where off-Broadway lives, Cole says, and that's what seems to be non-existent in Las Vegas. Soho Playhouse has a rich history in off-Broadway theater, a designation based on a venue's seating capacity, not its location, since 1994, a decade before Cole joined. Some of the details of the Soho Playhouse project remain unsettled, even if fundraising has begun, targeting donations, corporate sponsorships, and potentially public funding. Cole says, "One of my ambitions here is to show those artists I want to create a scenario where they can envision making a career out of theater here." Cole says, "I want to help them in any way I can continue doing whatever it is they're doing because I believe so strongly in the theater." Meantime, everyone's biting their nails for the governor to announce on March 15th that restaurants and production stages will be allowed to increase their occupancy rate to 50% from the current 35% rate. This would trigger the opening of most stages in town. Yes, the 15th of March could trigger this Vegas Vibes moment, for production stages to open, for live concerts to resume, and for most entertainment and production workers based in Las Vegas to go back to work. Don't go away, my interview with Reiki Master Janet Handley is coming up next, so please stay there. Hello everyone, welcome back to Vegas Vibes. On Vegas Vibes, I feature amazingly talented people from many walks of life who contribute to making Las Vegas a unique global brand. And on that note, today we are thrilled to have with us a professional Reiki Master, certified healer, and spiritual teacher, practicing clairvoyant and a personal life coach. Please welcome on Vegas Vibes, Miss Janet Handley. Hello.
Hello, Esmeralda. Thank you very much for having me here today.
Thank you for being with us today. Well, before we started rolling, I was talking to you, and wow, you have a very interesting life. But please tell us, since a young age, you felt spiritually connected. Was this a religious type situation or more of a cosmic type of attachment? When did you discover that you have a special gift?
Well, when I was probably about 5, I could see energy. I could see people, and most of this was in the dark, or I could see shapes, monsters, all sorts of entities, and I was very nervous and apprehensive of being in the dark, Esmeralda. So what was happening was we had only one restroom, one bathroom, and that was upstairs. So at night time when it was dark, of course Janet didn't want to go upstairs. And I would be saying, please talk to me, I don't want to see things, talk to me. And of course my brother and sister, who were both older than me, thought it was hilarious because they couldn't see anything. It was in my imagination. And of course my parents, they were too busy. It was after the end of the war and England was in shambles. They were struggling to put food on the table. They didn't want to hear their youngest child talking about things that can't be seen. So eventually, when I was in bed, I would just put put the covers over my head and pretend there was nothing there. And eventually when you do that,
they go away?
Well, your mind creates a different picture. So I think what happened was I then became sort of nervous, fearful inside. And that lasted quite some time, and it still can rear today on certain occasions. But I've learnt over my lifetime, with the challenges I've had, they're no different to anybody else. But I have learnt some tools that help to move us into a more pleasant experience of our life.
And what were those tools that help you embrace your special gift?
Well, first of all, I learnt that there is energy all around us, a power source of energy that we can connect to. And that energy can change our vibrations of our body. It is proven, and I'm sure you know, that everything you put under the microscope is vibrating molecules. We're no different. But what happens is when we become agitated, when we become anxious, we actually vibrate at a level that isn't conducive with a relaxed, healing body. And over the years, we've had so much technology, so much extra experiences of life that we feel we must pay attention to, that we have just lost that connection with the energy, with the earth, with everything and everybody. So when we are now in a state of anxiety, people are turning to alternative substances to become calm, because they don't understand they have a magnificent and strong power within them that can change their experience and change who they are. Now, what I do is with the spiritual and psychic development courses, I help people to get into a relaxed state so they can create the experience of connecting with the energy. When you connect with the energy, then it shifts the whole person who is within you, because it's that person, it isn't your mind that should be in control. It's your person, your body, that is in control. Your mind is merely like any other tool you have. It's like you have your hands. You use them to do wonderful things, to create art, to cook, to clean, to express yourself. But you don't use them all the time. Every aspect of elements that we have, we use, but we don't overuse. Our mind has taken over 24/7. And the only way we can learn to refigure how we want to use it is to become that quiet person inside that meditation creates. And when you do that, you receive information, you receive messages, and you are in control of your destiny. Because when people talk to you and communicate with you, there is a message there. You could sometimes receive a message over the radio or over the television. I know one lady who was in hospital with cancer, and they had said, you better get your house in order. And she said, no, I don't. In 3 days' time, my lung will be working properly and I'm out of here. And they said, oh yes. But she was determined. This wasn't going to happen to her.
She just knew.
She knew that although she'd had it for over a year and hadn't addressed it, but now she was determined that she was taking control. And she did. The lung, it expanded. She was out within 3 days.
She was cured.
She went to a naturopath and she suggested some medication, and she followed a good eating regime, which is something that I do help and support people with, friends and people that I've been helping otherwise. And yes, no, she's fully recovered. Within 2 months she was back at her job and has had no problems ever since, because she is in the mindset that she is going to it's not going to be a problem, and so it is.
Please hold that thought, Janet. We'll be right back. Let's thank our generous sponsors.
Yes.
Welcome back to Vegas Vibes. We're still here with the professional Reiki Master, certified healer, and spiritual teacher, and many more, Miss Janet Handley.
I'm glad you said many more, because I don't do all of those all the time. I wait until people come to me. I don't put myself out there to try to help everybody. But I do know that when people come, they come because they really want
your help,
some experience. Yes. And I have found one of the things that has been very beneficial for people are past life regressions.
Please explain what is past life regression.
Now that is something, I can't do that for you here, but if you would like to experience that, we could make arrangements. what happens is you come to my healing room, and I talk and then take you through a meditation and regress you to a place where you are comfortable, and then you will begin to experience in your mind places. It can be many things where you could find that you are in a castle, in a dungeon. You could find that you are working in the fields. But what we do is move through that particular experience. When it comes to a climax, there is no reason for whoever is having the regression to feel what is actually, if there is a trauma, you are watching it like a movie. Mm-hmm. And I am asking you questions and recording your answers as you go through. So when you've finished, you have a recording, and when you come round, you know the experience is true. You know the experience.
So you have a better understanding of yourself.
You do. In fact, I've had people who have gone into life after life after life because there is an experience. Say, for example, it could be they are a woman with small children and they're happy, and that is the life experience. And then the next life is the same. But in each of the lifetimes, there has been a trauma, and she has lost a child. And then
it happens
every time.
Every time.
Yes.
So you believe in reincarnation?
Oh, indeed. Well, we are. This is the planet of choice. We come here because we choose to come here. Nobody comes here without saying this is where we move through our karma. This is where we are going to learn our lessons. And we do. After the past life regression of this particular lady, she said, I now know why I don't want children in this lifetime.
Because of the traumatic experience that
Yes,
happened.
she said, I'm happy with that. Yeah. I don't want children. People they're asking me, they're forcing me, and I feel guilty. She said, I don't feel guilty anymore. I know why. This is a time where I need to do something with my life. Not just be in a place of sadness. Can you tell me the last time you were totally happy?
The last time I was happy?
Yes, for a day.
For a day, yeah.
For a whole day, for 2 days? Most people are sad for most of their life. But now we are in fear in a way that we shouldn't be in fear. Everybody has a choice.
Exactly.
How they
want to live their life.
How they feel inside. We can't change people around us. they're still going to have a go at us, because that's what they are programmed to do. It's a habit. We all have it and we all do it. But then we get to the point where we would like to change, and that's where I come in, because with a Reiki healing, it balances out, takes away all that stress, and then people can open up and voice their opinion as to what they really want, and not necessarily what is happening to them. And we can perhaps do a little meditation.
I would love to. It's
Yeah.
very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll discover some deepest dark secrets from the past.
Well, sometimes you'll be surprised how it does influence you to bring those powers out. And when we're working with the meditation, we're working with the 7 major chakras, which often become closed because of the experiences of life. Our throat chakra especially, because we need to speak our truth. We don't need to speak it aggressively, but honestly. But I find that it's a struggle when I'm working with people. Their chakras, years ago, 20 odd years ago, it was easy to reawaken chakras. Now it takes a bit more than just me to do it, and that's good. That's good.
You know, I really find it interesting because when I was 5 years old, I also had the same experience that you had. Like, I see elements, I see dead people. It might sound crazy. I hear things.
No, it is.
But I thought I was crazy. But or I don't know, maybe the house was haunted. But just like you were able to, I don't know, embrace that gift. But for me, I made a choice not to develop it because I was so fearful. Because there are bad elements out there, and I didn't want to be responsible if something bad happened to me or to the people I love.
Yes, you
for not being able to, because I didn't know any better. I didn't know how to use the gift.
That's right.
Right.
You didn't, but that was very wise at that time, because there are negative elements, of course. We have the positive and we have the negative, and the negative over many thousands of years has become more powerful, and we need to know that we all have the power of the divine love within us. So there we are. It's something that we can pursue another time.
Ms. Janet, I wish we had more time, but please invite everyone. Where can people find you and all the amazing things that you do?
Oh, well, they can find me either at my website, JanetReikiMaster.com, or they can phone me. I'm always at the end of the phone. Leave a message and I will surely get back to you. That is 702-808-8784. And bless you all. Thank you.
Ms. Handley, a few pieces of advice that you would like to share to anyone who would like to be a spiritual healer as well.
Well, I think the first thing we have to do is to fix ourselves. Over the years, I have had many people who have come to experience the healing, and it's important to experience it for yourself, truly and deeply. And then you can be ready to help others, because you have to learn how to protect yourself. You have to learn what it is and how the steps are, so that people do not become despondent. But it's easy, it's simple. All right.
I'll take that from you. Well, thank you so much, Miss Janet Handley, and I wish you all the best. And God bless.
Thank you.
And thank you for helping so many people out there with your special gift.
That is my life. I love it. So.
Well, we love you for that.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
See you next time.
Yeah.
Well, catch me again next week as I feature another amazing personality here on Vegas Vibes. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode as much as I did sharing the vibes of Vegas. And time really flies when you're having a grand time. Promise to join me again next week on this same fabulous Vegas Vibes channel. And to all our global viewers out there, let me remind you that Las Vegas is not just about the world-renowned Strip or the famous Fremont Street experience in the vibrant downtown district. It has real people, a lot of them musicians, live entertainers, and those involved in the world of pageantry, and to the people here in the Valley who work hard each day to make Las Vegas a global brand. I would like to feature you and your cool story right here on Vegas Vibes, either on the Vegas Vibes studios or at your workplace. If you believe that's you, please email me now at vegasvibes1@gmail.com. Before I go, I would like to thank my award sponsor, Anne Fontaine, located at the Forum Shops of Caesars Palace. Anne Fontaine is now open for business as well. You may call Miss Anna Billings at 702-733-6205 to make an appointment. And finally, my favorite segment, the Vegas Vibes Closet. Yes, it features an intricate selection of health and beauty products which I personally use. And this week I have for you Christophe Robin Daily Hair Cream with Sandalwood. This daily leave-in care for split ends and breakage conditioner cream combats dryness and prevents split ends. It penetrates and rehydrates hair deep down without weighing it down or damaging the color. I love that it helps to define curls naturally while softening and preventing frizz. And it smells amazing. Check it out, ladies. Below is the email link if you wish to learn more about it or purchase it without any delay. Search for Vegas Vibes Closet. Follow Vegas Vibes on Facebook and Instagram, or check out vegasvibes.us for updates and announcements. Once again, I'm your host, Esmeralda Padilla-Gould. Thank you for watching. Mwah!
This has been a presentation of VATV.